Hello traders, and let's dive right into this quick Bitcoin update. We've seen a retracement on Bitcoin from the upper part of the sloppy range down to almost the middle. Now, I'm going to show you what's important for Bitcoin in the near future, the key confluence levels where Bitcoin is currently stuck, and, at the end, a simple plan on how I would approach either scenario. With that said, welcome to the rabbit hole, and let's get started. Beginning with the average daily moves, Thursday typically has an average gain, on a closing basis, of around 2.17%, which would bring Bitcoin to approximately $61,829, with a maximum move of 11.87% up to $67,700. On the flip side, the average loss of 1.72% would bring Bitcoin down to local lows at $59,500, and in an extreme case, down to $57,400. So, looking at the average moves, we are currently in a tight range. Now, let's see which confluence levels we have on both sides. To keep this update quick, because explaining everything in detail would take too long, I'll simply show the levels I'm watching. First, Bitcoin is sitting between the yearly Fibonacci golden zone retracement. Historically, a break in either direction from this zone almost always leads to a move to either the lower or higher part of the range. So, we're at a decision point. A close in either direction would turn this level into support or resistance for the coming days. Now, let's look at the confluences. We have a pitchfork with levels on both sides. Let's start with the upper side. There's an anchored VWAP, a daily breaker, an 8-hour breaker, a 12-hour order block, the point of control of the local move, and the point of control of the entire downward retracement. There's also a naked TPOC and the previous day's value area high. These are significant levels to watch. The reaction here will decide whether Bitcoin manages to break this level or if it gets rejected. On the lower side, if Bitcoin drops further, we see the overall range's value area low, a point of control, a monthly level, a 12-hour order block, a 2-day order block, a 4-hour order block, a 50% Fibonacci retracement, the golden zone retracement, an anchored VWAP, and a lot of stops and liquidations sitting there. It really feels like Bitcoin is in a standoff between the bulls and bears at this point. Now, let's talk about how to get involved in this mess of confluences. It's actually pretty simple. Locally, Bitcoin is in a downtrend, so I'm looking for a reaction at the resistance level, which, as we now know, has a lot of confluences. I'd wait for Bitcoin to hit this level and watch for any reaction. By that, I mean an intraday structure change, signaling that this might be a good point to get involved, with a clear invalidation above the 1-hour swing high. If there's no reaction and Bitcoin just breaks through these levels, I'll wait for a retest of the level, or more likely, I'll wait for a new range to form and look to get involved in the retracement. On the lower side, Bitcoin could either perform a shallow liquidity sweep and give a reaction, or we could see a full liquidity run, taking out all the stops and hitting all the confluence levels in this area. The plan is just as simple here. I'll wait for a low to form and for a structure break to get involved in the retracement. If there's no reaction I like, I'll wait for the next levels to avoid getting trapped in a bad position. I hope this quick update was helpful. Make sure to read the disclaimer below the video. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is for educational purposes only. Stay safe, have fun, and see you